Hey there guys, what's going on? It's Kaeyoh here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Panda Pro Ladder, aka PPL, which has been all the buzz lately in the community as it's a really fun new thing for people to watch, to see all of these players getting mixed up on teams and clashing together. So I wanted to share with you guys some of my thoughts about how it's going to impact HOTS in general. First of all, I just want to say I think it's going to be a great learning resource for the community. I mean, it's so rare that we actually get to see the in-game comms of a team working together. You get to hear the shot calls live and in action, which will help improve players in general doing their own decisions in games. You get to hear the draft decisions going into the games. You get to see from the POV aspect, what players are doing with their own individual decisions. So there's just so many things that are just in general going to shed more light on how people play the game in its purest form, which is, 5 people playing together on comms with shot calling and just team-based decision making over objectives and stuff. So one thing that I feel is going to be a big plus for Panda Pro Ladder is the fact that they've opened it up to not only pros but also the grandmasters and amateur players. Now, in previous iterations of leagues with similar formats, we've had the issue where basically it kind of fizzles out rather quickly, and it's usually gone within a couple of weeks. So the biggest reason for that is the exclusivity of only pros being in previous iterations. And what ends up happening then is during the scrim hours, it dies out, so it's hard to get the momentum going again. And then as soon as a LAN tournament comes around that the players travel to, that's when you really see things die out completely. And I think it's going to help a lot to have this increased sources of players all just joining, making games, getting in there. And because when you open up the client to play a game in one of these leagues and there's no games open, it's a lot easier to be like, yeah, you know what, I'm just not going to do this today and close it out. If you've got more people in there, keeping the games filled up, keeping the games getting started, that's going to be really important. Another cool thing about PPL specifically is that you have a lot more legitimacy behind the incentives. Panda Global has been a really cool organization for the game in general. They've done a lot with their teams. They've just been very interactive with the community, and these prizes that they're offering are actually pretty sweet. So we have much more legitimate incentives rather than some guy just being like, yeah, I'm gonna give you $50 if you get first place. Just trust me on that. As soon as I get that money, I'll send it your way, no problem. You got an organization sort of backing it, and they've got their name to uphold and stuff, so of course they're going to deliver on these prizes. So one thing I've heard some concerns about is people worried that this sort of breaks the or widens the gap of the general public of players in Hero League and stuff to the pros. And this is one thing I can understand a little bit, because it does sort of suck all of the high-level talent out of Hero League and put them into PPL. Now, I think with Season 2 of Hero League starting very soon, you will see more players getting back on the Hero League and wanting to get on the official leaderboards as well, not just on Panda Pro Ladder's leaderboards. But I actually think, this is going to be a very healthy thing, and honestly, it's going to help the amateur or high-level solo queue all-star players be noticed and be able to showcase their skills in a format where they're interacting and playing and going against pros. So if you see some name that you don't recognize, just one versus one a top tier pro, you're gonna be like, wait a second, hey, who is that guy? He's pretty badass. So that's really cool, and I think it's gonna help in general. Plus, one of the biggest weaknesses that you see with solo queue all-star type players is that they just don't do well with making team decisions, because they haven't had the experience of being in comms and being in these team environments. So, they have the chance in this league to get paired with, world-class top-tier shot callers on their team that are telling them what to do and stuff, and getting that practice in general is going to help them make the transition to the pro level of play in the future. Another thing I just want to say is I think it's a really cool thing that we get to see all of these personalities being highlighted a little bit more through the Panda Pro Ladder, seeing the different players from different teams kind of getting shoved together in groups there and interacting together, and especially the fact that a lot of it is being on stream and stuff just makes it really fun for everybody to just enjoy these games and watch them and learn more about individual personalities interacting with the actual game, because you do have your quiet players, your loud players, your leaders, your followers, all these different important parts to a full team in each individual player. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I just think this is going to be a really cool thing for the community, and I hope we see it stick around for a long time with great success. And I know you guys want to see more of it from my stream. I haven't been playing in it quite as much, just because for me, when I'm streaming, I like being able to interact more with the stream. So with Hero League, I don't have to be contributing to comms. So that's one of the reasons that I haven't played as much, but I promise I will be playing it more. And I've also started casting a little bit, which has been a blast, and that's something I want to keep doing. Even analyzing some of the games, making YouTube videos about stuff that I see and that I like, because you do see some pretty wacky stuff sometimes, because it's not the high pressure of a tournament game, but people put a lot more emphasis on these games than like a random Hero League game. So anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Hope this gives you a little bit of stuff to think about when it comes to PPL, and I'll be streaming later today. Take care. Have a wonderful day.